So these are officially the most expensive seeds that I have ever purchased. 4 seeds, $5. That comes to about $1.25 per seed, which is wild when you compare it to a normal pack of seeds. And today I want to share with you why I still bought them, what makes them so special, how I'm going to grow them, and whether I think they're actually worth it, especially if you are a new or beginner gardener. So if we haven't met, my name is Ayana, and I teach new and beginner gardeners how to start, grow, and maintain a flourishing garden in a way that feels enjoyable and also realistic. And one thing I like to do every single year is to grow at least one new plant in my garden that's new to me. Not because it's trendy or perfect, but because gardening should always include curiosity and a whole lot of fun. So when I came across these Black Magic Cosmo seeds, I stopped scrolling really quickly. First, only 4 seeds. Second, $5 for the pack. And so I had to do a double take because I thought surely this price is not correct, not for 4 seeds. That's very different from your typical Cosmos seeds where you might get a dozens of seeds for a few dollars. And I'll be honest, my first thought when I saw these is that is expensive. But then I read more and I learned why. So these Cosmos aren't just dark in color, they're known for having a chocolate-like scent. And the moment I read that, I knew that I just wanted to give them a try. So I've grown all types of cosmos in my garden before, and they've always been really easy to start from seed. They're cheerful, they're reliable, but I've never grown this variety before. And for me, gardening isn't just about growing the basics. It's also about creating little moments of surprise. So sometimes that means spending a little bit more on something unique, knowing that even if only one plant succeeds, the experience is still worth it. And that's really how I personally feel about these. These seeds are expensive, so I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to be starting them indoors. That's going to give me more control over temperature, moisture, and easy growth while they germinate. I'll be planting them carefully. I'm going to label them, y'all, and I'm going to just give them the best possible chance, especially with only 4 seeds in here. And if you're a beginner gardener, this is something really important for you to think about. Expensive seeds don't mean difficult seeds. They just mean you need to slow down and pay attention. Now, I just want to also show y'all 2 different more types of plants that we're going to be adding to the garden this year. They're also dark in color, and I just think they're dramatic, but they were way much more affordable. I think that the contrast is going to be really nice and just really nice in the garden. So the first one is this Black Forest Ruby Dahlia. So y'all, I'm starting to add like more red in my garden that I've noticed, but we're going to be adding these. And then we're also going to be planting these Zulu peppers. Now, I have a lot more to show y'all on what I'm going to be planting this season. All while thinking in the back of my mind, girl, where you going to put all this stuff at? But I'll figure it out. And I want y'all to just remember this. You don't have to spend a lot of money to create interest in your garden. You can mix a few unique or specialty plants with more budget-friendly ones. That's a great way to build your garden that feels personable for you and then also without being pressured. So, gardening isn't about perfection or price tags. It's about experimenting, learning, and giving yourself permission to try something new. Some years the new plants become a favorite for me. Some years they teach me a lesson. Either which way it goes, it adds confidence. And it adds confidence for me. And so I think that's totally worth it. So if you've been curious about trying something new in your garden, just let this be your sign right here. So I'm going to keep y'all updated on how these Black Magic Cosmo grow, how they smell. They better smell like some good chocolate, and whether I will grow them year after year. So be sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any additional videos that we have coming out. And let me know, put in the comments, what's one of the most unique plants that you've grown in your garden. Okay, so until the next video, bye y'all.